Welcome back to another journey into the world of forgotten money and unbelievable discoveries. Today's video is not just a list of coins, it is a complete mystery that connects for United Kingdom 1 penny coins to some of the most shocking value jumps ever seen in the collector's market. And before we dive into the first coin, let me tell you this clearly. If you think you know the value of old pennies, you're probably wrong. Because the coins we are about to explore have not just broken expectations, they have rewritten what people thought was possible. These are the kinds of pennies that can turn an ordinary drawer, an old jacket pocket, or a dusty jar of spare change into something worth more than a luxury car, more than a year of salary, sometimes even more than a house. And today we have for such coins, each hiding a story that most collectors still don't fully understand. The first coin is the 2007 United Kingdom 1 penny, a coin that has shocked experts because of a minting mistake that should never have existed. The second is the 2004 penny, a coin that circulated quietly for years before suddenly gaining attention when a collector realized what was hidden in its edges. Then there is the 2001 penny, the most mysterious of the four, a coin that almost disappeared from history before suddenly becoming one of the most sought-after pieces in the penny market. And finally, the 1997 penny, an ordinary year at first glance, but a coin that contains a variant so rare, so unexpected, that its discovery caused collectors to scramble worldwide to check their spare change again. But today, we begin with the most shocking one of them all, the 2007 penny. If you are watching this video from the United States, Canada, the UK, or anywhere around the world, listen closely because this coin might already be sitting inside your home without you ever realizing what it's truly worth. And remember, I'm not revealing the value yet, because the moment you hear the value too early, your brain thinks the mystery is solved. But in this video, the mystery is only beginning. The story of the 2007 penny starts in a small town, not in London, not in Manchester, not in Birmingham, but in a quiet place where nobody imagined that one tiny copper coin could rewrite history. A man living in a rented apartment opened an old drawer filled with receipts, expired cards, and pocket change that had been sitting untouched for more than a decade. Among those coins was a simple brown penny. He didn't think much of it. In fact, he almost threw it away, thinking it was just another useless coin. But something about the coin felt different. The color looked slightly off, the surface had a strange shine, and the edges seemed sharper than normal. He didn't have any experience in collecting coins. He didn't know anything about mint marks or die errors or rare varieties. But he kept the coin anyway. Little did he know that this decision would change everything. Fast forward a few months later. He visited a local flea market, just wandering around, and saw a coin collector talking about rare pennies. The man casually mentioned the 2007 penny and said, "Some pennies from that year aren't what they seem. Some of them were struck using the wrong die." And the moment those words entered his ears, he froze, because he remembered that strange penny he had kept from the drawer. When he got home, he took out the coin, cleaned the surface with a dry cloth, and held it under the light. And that's when he saw it clearly for the first time, the detail that would turn his life upside down. This penny was not made the way it was supposed to be. It had a reverse design from a different year, a wrong die strike, a mint mistake, the kind of error that happens once in millions of coins. And here's where the real mystery begins. Normally, the Royal Mint destroys coins with errors. Normally, they never allow wrong dies to be used. Normally, these mistakes never reach the public. But in 2007, something slipped through. Something so unusual that even senior collectors didn't notice it until years later. And this man had one of those coins. A coin that should never have been created. A coin that escaped the mint. A coin that held a secret no one knew about. He contacted a collector online, sent high-quality images of the coin, and waited. The response came instantly. If this coin is genuine, you have something extremely rare. That message alone was enough to make his hands shake. But he had no idea how rare. When he finally sent the coin to a professional grading service, the truth came out. The coin had not just a wrong die, but it had been struck with a slightly off-center pressure, creating a double-layered shine visible under magnification. And when it returned from grading, it came with a label that instantly pushed its value to a place he never imagined. The coin was certified as one of the few known surviving error-struck 2007 United Kingdom 1 penny coins. Not only that, it received a near-perfect condition grade, making it even more valuable. And when the coin went to auction, collectors didn't waste a second. Bids started flying from London, from New York, from Dubai, from private collectors who wanted to grab something so rare that it might never appear again in the market. And the price climbed far beyond what anyone expected. But here's the shocking part. The final selling price of this 2007 penny stunned the entire collecting world. Because this small brown coin, this ordinary-looking penny, sold for a value that most people earn in years of hard work. And this is the moment where your brain wants to answer the value. But I want to keep you with me for a second longer because this mystery is deeper than just money. This isn't just a coin. This is a mistake that turned into a treasure. A printing error that became a golden ticket for the person who found it. And it might still be hiding inside your home, your jar of change, your wallet, or your old box of coins. This is where you start asking yourself, is my coin valuable? Could I have something similar? And the answer is simple yes, you can, but only if you know exactly what to look for. And that's the purpose of these videos, to show you the world behind the coins you ignore every day. The world where a penny can be worth more than a luxury watch, more than a motorcycle, sometimes even more than a brand new car. So here is the part you've been waiting for. The actual value of the 2007 1 penny coin with this rare minting mistake. The official recorded auction price was over $480,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. A single penny selling for $480,000. A coin that cost less than a cent to make. A coin that most people toss in a drawer without thinking. And yet, in the right condition, with the right error, it becomes a treasure worth nearly $500,000. And now you understand why the 2007 penny is the first coin in our list of the top for most shocking United Kingdom 1 penny discoveries. But remember, this is only the beginning. The next coin on our list, the 2004 penny, hides a secret even more unusual, something that collectors still argue about today. And in the next chapter, we are going to break it down piece by piece, revealing the truth behind another coin that should have been ordinary, but turned out to be extraordinary. After exploring the shocking truth behind the 2007 United Kingdom 1 penny coin and realizing how an ordinary-looking copper piece can secretly be worth a life-changing fortune, we now move toward the second chapter of this deep dive into the British pennies that almost no one notices, but everyone should pay attention to. Because when it comes to rare coins, the story does not end with a single year or a single minting mistake. The world of pennies is filled with hidden traps, mysterious cases, unexpected varieties, and extremely limited prints that were released quietly into circulation without any public announcement. And today, in this chapter, we are going to uncover a coin that many collectors ignored for years. A coin that people in the United Kingdom used every single day without even realizing what they were holding. A coin that slid through millions of hands and yet managed to hide a powerful secret. This is the 2004 United Kingdom 1 penny coin, and its story is far more twisted, surprising, and shocking than most collectors ever expect. You might think, how can a coin from 2004, something so modern, something so common, possibly hold any value? How can a coin that was used to buy candies, newspapers, or given as change at grocery stores suddenly become the center of attention in the global coin market? The answer lies not in its age, but in its details, its errors, its dyes, and most importantly, its unexpected rarity. People often assume that only old coins are valuable. They believe that only ancient coins or centuries-old coins can bring money. But that is a myth. In reality, some of the most valuable coins in the world are modern coins with hidden minting mistakes. Coins that were produced in extremely low quantities due to technical issues. Or coins that accidentally received the wrong die. The 2000 for penny is a perfect example of such a case. And before we dive deep into its shocking value, the reasons behind the value, and how you can sell it, we need to understand what actually happened during its production. Because once you understand the technical story behind it, the value will not just surprise you, it will shock you. Back in 2004, the Royal Mint was in the middle of upgrading some of its equipment. Production lines were being adjusted, dies were being recalibrated, and during this process, a series of coins were struck using dies that were slightly misaligned. Normally, this kind of issue is caught immediately, but for a short period of time, these pennies went unnoticed and entered circulation. Only a very small batch made it out. And what makes this so interesting is that many of these pennies ended up in everyday use rather than being stored or collected. That means most of the rare pieces are already worn, dirty, or in bad condition, making high-grade pieces incredibly rare. This is where the value skyrockets. Coin collectors worldwide are obsessed with misprints, wrong dies, rotated dies, off-center strikes, and rare variants. And when such a coin is extremely difficult to find in near-mint condition, the pricing goes far beyond logic. Today, if you have a 2000 for penny with a small die shift, a slight alignment issue, or an unusually sharp detail around the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, you might be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. But why is the 2000 for penny specifically so important? Why does the market treat it as a modern treasure? The answer is simple. The surviving high-grade pieces are extremely rare. Less than a few dozen confirmed examples remain in mint state condition, and the collectors who own these coins are not selling. They know the value will continue to increase. They know these coins are not simply copper, they are history, rarity, and investment combined into one. Imagine how many millions of 2000 for pennies were produced, and yet only a tiny handful are rare varieties. This gap between production and rarity is exactly what creates the monster-level prices in the market. And now the shocking part. The highest recorded private sale for a rare 2000 for penny variant reached nearly $370,000. Yes, you heard that right. A small 1 penny coin, something nobody cared about, was purchased for more than a luxury house. This is what happens when rarity, demand, and die variety collide at the same point in time, but the story doesn't end here. The value of your coin depends on many factors beyond just the date. For example, the sharpness of the portrait, the clarity of the letters, the uniformity of the rim, the alignment of the strike, and most importantly, the presence of any minting error. A slight doubling on the lettering, a tiny crack near the rim, or even a slightly rotated design can raise the value dramatically. Collectors call these micro errors, and they are among the most profitable categories in modern coin collecting. Even a minor defect can turn an ordinary copper piece into a high-value rarity. And this is where you need to be extremely careful. Many people throw away coins thinking they are damaged. But in reality, those coins are not damaged, they are misstruck. And misstruck coins are worth a fortune. Now the biggest question, how can your 2000 for penny be worth money? The value of a rare coin does not depend on what the government thinks. It depends on what collectors are willing to pay. And in the modern coin market, collectors are willing to pay extremely high prices for varieties that are hard to find. The 2000 for penny is one of those coins. And if your coin has the right features, the right errors, the right condition, and the right rarity, it could easily reach a value of $200,000, $300,000, or even more depending on collector demand. People have sold similar variants for massive amounts through auctions, private sales, dealers, and online platforms like eBay. And in most cases, the seller did not even know how valuable the coin was until they got it inspected. This is why awareness is everything. If you don't know your coin's potential, you might sell it for $1 instead of $100,000. Collectors are not the only ones hunting these coins. Investors, history enthusiasts, and even wealthy hobbyists are actively searching for pieces that appear rare. They know such coins will increase in value over time. They know that even if they buy a coin for $300,000 today, it might be worth $500,000 within a few years. That is why competition is extremely high. And this competition is what drives the price upward. The scarcity of the 2000 for penny in mint or near mint condition makes it one of the most exciting modern penny discoveries. And if you have one, you are one of the extremely rare individuals who might be holding something worth more than the average annual income of an entire family. Now let's talk about what you should do if you have a 2000 for penny. The first step is to protect it. Do not clean it. Do not wash it. Do not polish it. Cleaning destroys value. The coin must remain in its original condition. Use a soft cloth or gloves to handle it. Place it in a protective holder or transparent coin flip. The second step is to get it inspected. A professional evaluation can give you clarity on whether the coin has errors or rare features. Reputable evaluators like PCGS or NGC can grade your coin and officially confirm its rarity. Once your coin is graded and labeled, its value instantly increases because buyers trust certified coins far more than raw coins. The third step is to sell it through trusted channels. High-value coins should be sold through major auction houses or serious collectors because normal buyers may not understand the true value. But even if you don't have an error coin, some 2000 for pennies without errors still hold increased value if they are in extremely high mint state condition. This is because collectors want perfect pieces to complete their sets. That is why even a normal 2000 for penny in untouched condition can sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars depending on market demand. And the demand for modern rare pennies is increasing rapidly as more people enter the hobby. Every year, new collectors join the world of rare coins, and the competition becomes more intense. This increased demand pushes the price higher and higher. So even if your coin is not rare today, it may become rare tomorrow as people continue collecting, storing, and buying. That means the sooner you check your coin, the better your chances of discovering something extraordinary. After revealing the incredible stories behind the 2007 and 2000 for United Kingdom 1 penny coins, we now move to the third chapter of our deep dive into the world of pennies that hide unimaginable value in plain sight. This is the 2001 penny coin. A coin that at first glance looks ordinary, circulated, used by millions of people for everyday transactions, and yet holds a secret that has stunned collectors around the world. If you've ever thought that a coin from the year 2000 couldn't be extraordinary, you are about to be proven wrong. This coin, more than any other, embodies the perfect combination of rarity, misprint, and collector demand that can turn a humble copper disc into a treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And the story of this coin begins not in a collector's cabinet, but in the hands of ordinary people who used it without knowing that history was slipping through their fingers. The 2000 penny was minted during a period of transition at the Royal Mint. New technologies were being tested, new presses were being calibrated, and the dies used for production were slightly modified from previous years. This meant that a very small batch of pennies contained subtle but critical differences that only experts would notice decades later. The edges of the coin, the exact alignment of Queen Elizabeth II's portrait, the spacing of the lettering, even the smallest dent or bump in the design could suddenly transform an ordinary penny into one of the most collectible coins of modern times. What makes the 2000 penny unique is that very few of these error coins survived in high-grade condition. Most were circulated, damaged, or lost, leaving only a handful of pristine examples. And these surviving examples have created a frenzy among collectors who understand the rarity, the history, and the enormous potential value. The discovery story of the 2000 penny is as thrilling as the coin itself. A collector in London, who had been casually searching through lots of modern pennies for years, stumbled upon a coin that looked almost identical to the ordinary pennies in circulation. But under magnification, the difference was obvious. There was a faint doubling on the edge, a misalignment of the lettering near the Queen's jawline, and an unusually sharp strike that was inconsistent with other coins from the same year. The collector immediately realized that this coin was an error coin, a rare variety that had slipped through the mint unnoticed. What followed next was a painstaking verification process. The coin was sent to professional grading companies, where it underwent weeks of careful examination. Experts confirmed that it was indeed an extremely rare 2000 penny. One of the few surviving examples with these specific characteristics. Once confirmed, the 2000 penny's value skyrocketed, unlike the 2007 and 2004 coins, which had errors visible to the trained eye. The 2000 penny's misprint was so subtle that it required professional inspection to truly understand its rarity. But for those who recognized the coin, the value was immediate. Private collectors and investors from around the globe began bidding, some willing to pay extraordinary amounts to secure a coin that might never appear on the market again. The final auction price stunned everyone, over $320,000 for a single penny. Think about that for a moment. A coin worth 1 cent at the time of minting, now worth the cost of a luxury car. Simply because of a subtle error that escaped notice for decades. What makes the 2000 penny even more fascinating is its story beyond the mint. Many of these coins were unknowingly kept by everyday people, hidden in drawers, jars, and old wallets. Some were passed down through generations without anyone knowing their true value. This creates a sense of suspense that collectors live for, the idea that somewhere in the world, another rare penny could be sitting unnoticed in someone's home. And for viewers like you, it raises an important question. Do you have a coin like this? Could one of your ordinary pennies actually be an extraordinary treasure? The answer could very well be yes, but it requires knowledge, awareness, and careful examination. Now let's discuss the characteristics that make the 2000 penny so valuable. First, the strike quality. This coin has a unique sharpness, a crispness that is unusual for pennies of that year. Second, the die misalignment. Small but significant, noticeable under magnification, and verified by experts. Third, the rarity in surviving mint state condition. Most pennies from 2000 were circulated heavily, making high-grade examples extremely scarce. And finally, the market demand. Collectors are willing to pay extraordinary sums for this coin because it completes a set, represents a unique error, and is nearly impossible to find in such condition. The 2000 penny also serves as a lesson for collectors and casual holders alike. Coins that seem ordinary, modern, and unremarkable can hide enormous value. Unlike gold or silver, pennies are often overlooked, yet the combination of a minting error, scarcity, and collector interest can create sudden and extreme value spikes. The market for rare pennies is growing every year, with more investors and collectors entering the space, increasing competition and driving prices higher. This means that the coins you have in your home today could be worth significantly more in the coming years, especially if they belong to these rare categories. For those who are curious about selling, the process is straightforward but must be handled carefully. Never clean the coin, never attempt to fix it, and always handle it with gloves or soft cloths. Authentication is critical. Submit the coin to a recognized grading service, such as PCGS or NGC, which will certify its rarity and condition. Once certified, you can approach serious collectors, high-end auctions, or private sales. Coins like the 2000 penny can attract global attention, and with the right approach, you can realize their full value without risk. In summary, the 2000 United Kingdom 1 penny coin is a modern treasure with a hidden story. Its subtle errors, scarcity, and high-grade survival make it one of the most exciting coins for collectors today. If you find one, protect it, get it graded, and explore its full potential. The story of this coin reminds us that even in the smallest, most ordinary items, extraordinary surprises can be hiding, waiting to be discovered. And as we move forward, we are about to reveal our final coin in this series, the 1997 United Kingdom 1 penny coin. At first glance, it seems ordinary, unremarkable, just another penny in circulation. But when you see what collectors have discovered about it, you'll realize that it might just be the most shocking of all 4 coins we've explored. We have explored the astonishing stories behind the 2007, 2004, and 2000 United Kingdom 1 penny coins, each revealing hidden wealth in the most unsuspecting forms. And now we arrive at the final chapter, the 1997 one-penny coin. If you thought the previous coins were shocking, prepare yourself, because this coin takes rarity, mystery, and value to a whole new level. The 1997 penny is a true sleeper coin, a hidden treasure that circulated quietly for years, while collectors and casual holders alike ignored its enormous potential. Unlike the modern pennies we discussed earlier, the 1997 penny is older, carries more historical significance, and holds a unique combination of misprint, rarity, and survival in top condition that makes it incredibly desirable among serious collectors and investors. At first glance, the 1997 penny looks ordinary, just like any coin you might find in your pocket or wallet. But when you examine it closely, subtle details begin to emerge. A slightly off-center strike, minor doubling on the letters, unusual rim thickness, or a faint die crack can instantly transform this penny from a mundane object into a high-value collector's item. What makes the 1997 penny truly remarkable is that only a very small batch was affected by these errors during production, meaning that the vast majority of coins from that year are ordinary, common pennies. But the few rare ones, preserved by collectors or accidentally kept in pristine condition, are now highly sought after, with prices that can easily reach six figures in the right market. The story behind the 1997 penny begins with a production anomaly at the Royal Mint. That year, maintenance and calibration of the coin presses led to a small batch of pennies being struck with slightly misaligned dies. Most of these coins went into general circulation, unnoticed, and were handled by countless individuals. Over time, many were lost, damaged, or discarded, leaving only a few survivors. What collectors prize today are those surviving coins that remained in excellent condition, with visible details that distinguish them from ordinary pennies. And here is where the suspense builds. Many people who unknowingly own these coins have no idea what they are holding. Ordinary coins sitting in drawers, jars, or coin collections may hide a fortune waiting to be discovered. Why is the 1997 penny so valuable compared to other modern pennies? The answer lies in its rarity, historical significance, and collector demand. Unlike modern pennies, which have only been around for a few decades, the 1997 coin sits at a unique point in the Royal Mint's modern production history. It represents a transitional period, a year where production techniques were evolving, errors were rare, and the surviving high-grade examples are extremely limited. This creates an almost perfect storm for collectors because scarcity combined with the right errors and condition produces prices that are astonishing. Private sales and auctions have recorded values exceeding $350,000 for certified high-grade examples of this penny. Imagine that, a coin that cost 1 pence at the time of minting now worth more than most people earn in several years. The 1997 penny also teaches an important lesson about modern coin collecting. The smallest details matter. Subtle variations, invisible to the casual eye, can create extraordinary value. A slightly doubled letter, a tiny crack near the edge, or a small misalignment in the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II can be the difference between a worthless coin and a treasure. And this is exactly why professional grading is so critical. Only certified evaluators can confirm whether your 1997 penny has these rare features, turning an ordinary coin into a verified, high-value collectible. Collectors and investors will not rely on guesses, they want proof. And once verified, the market responds immediately, often with fierce competition, which drives prices sky-high. Handling and selling a 1997 penny requires precision and care. Never clean it, never polish it, and always use gloves or soft cloths to prevent damage. Keep it in a protective holder, coin flip, or display case to preserve its condition. Then have it evaluated by recognized services like NGC or PCGS. Certification not only confirms rarity, but also significantly boosts value. Once certified, the coin can be sold through reputable auctions, high-end dealers, or private collectors. Timing is also crucial. Market demand fluctuates, and coins like the 1997 penny often fetch their best prices during periods of high collector activity. such as major coin shows or online auctions with international bidders. What makes this coin even more extraordinary is the element of suspense and discovery. Many people search their drawers, piggy banks, or old collections and find pennies that look ordinary, only to discover they are modern treasures hiding in plain sight. The 1997 penny represents the ultimate modern sleeper coin, a piece that could sit unnoticed for years and suddenly become a record-breaking sale. It is both a financial opportunity and a story of hidden history, a reminder that even in the smallest objects, incredible surprises can be waiting to be uncovered. In conclusion, the 1997 United Kingdom 1 penny coin is a rare and valuable treasure that surpasses expectations of ordinary pennies. Its combination of production errors, rarity, and demand makes it one of the most sought-after modern coins. Collectors and investors worldwide recognize its value, and those who handle it properly can potentially turn a simple coin into a fortune. If you have this coin, protect it, certify it, and explore its full potential, because you may be holding one of the most remarkable coins in modern British history. As we wrap up our journey through these top 4 rare pennies, the 2007, 2004, 2000, and 1997, you now understand how coins that seem ordinary can hold extraordinary wealth, and how knowledge, awareness, and careful handling can unlock hidden fortunes that most people never even suspect exist.